Well, you done me and you bet I felt it. I tried to beat you, but you're so hot that I melted. I fell right through the cracks. Now I'm trying to get back.
I can't wait to bomb some dodongos. What is up, ladies and germs? It's Kakai Jelly. Welcome back to Ocarina of Time 3-Heart Run. Today, we're going to be doing the second dungeon, Dodongo's Cavern. Which is, honestly, my least favorite dungeon of the game. Just kind of boring and, like, there's no music and it's just meh. It's the meh dungeon, meh cavern. It's meh cavern. Shut up, Navi. But anyway, hope you can hear me. My setup is a little bit weird today. Yeah. Anyway, I hate BMOSs, especially in this game. After that, they get real easy to avoid, but in this game, they're such a pain in the ass, and they're like always in the way. Just shield these guys. I know they're baby dodongos, but they look like a metapod to me. Use hard hit. Well, actually, they're using, looks like a tackle. I just shield them and let them go back into the ground, because otherwise they're just a pain to deal with. We're gonna move this guy. And that'll open that door. Gonna ignore these butt heads. I hate keys in this game. Why are they called keys? Is that Japanese for bad or something? Probably. It sounds too much like keys, though. Now I gotta deal with these guys. I forget what they're called. Yeah, Lizardbos, whatever. They kind of remind me of Lizard Man from Soul Calibur. jump slashes count as 2 hits, I think. So that's why I go with those. Gotta be careful though, because they can do some damage if you let them. Come on, bro. I try to do jump slashes anyway. Yeah, they count as 2 hits. Because it's 3 hits per Stalfos. See? 2, 4, 6. 8. Who do we appreciate? So here's 2, 4. Alright. The Deku shield is better for fighting. And it's the Hylian shield is better for not getting burned. Speaking of burning, burning down the house. More torch puzzles, yay! I'm just gonna ignore the dodongos, they're not worth killing. But I mentioned the PSP last episode. Oh crap. I think there's a ladder over here. Yep. Anyway, I was mentioning the PSP last episode. There's a lot of great games for that console. And this right here, I could never figure this out as a kid. And it was like so obvious, but the game doesn't really tell you that very well, I don't think. But, let's see. What games do I have for the PSP? I have Crisis Core, which is a prequel kind of to Final Fantasy VII. God of War on the PSP is great, and I don't even like those kind of games. I don't like hack and slash games that much, but God of War is so fun. Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep's a great game. I remember beating that. I like bought it like 2011 when I had my first PSP, and I basically played it all weekend, and I like beat one of the story modes. And I went and returned it because I beat it within the weekend. That was a fun time. 2011 was a great year. I graduated high school. And I'm a big wrestling fan, and CM Punk was like really getting popular during that time. CM Punk's one of my favorite wrestlers. So that was just awesome. And I actually ordered the pay-per-view when he won the title. Funny story about that though. I ordered the pay-per-view, and like minutes before it started, there was like a storm, and it cut the power for a few minutes. And so it was storming and stuff, and like all the matches I was watching, I was like so tense because I wasn't sure if the power was gonna get cut out again. And it didn't, but it intensified everything. It made everything like really, you know, I was on the edge of my seat. And matches were great to begin with, but it was so much more intense because of the weather. And then when Punk won the title, I was just like, I lost it. I was like jumping up and down. My ex at the time had no idea what was going on. She had no idea what wrestling even was. She didn't know anything about it. So Punk won the title and I was like jumping up and down. She was like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" But yeah, that was good times. I experienced the PSP for the first time, and I loved it. And before that, I had a Nintendo DS, and I did not like that thing at all. Plus, there was some bullshit with my ex that I'm not gonna go into details here, but I had a sour taste in my mouth to begin with, but I did not like the DS at all. So when I got the PSP, it was like, I was just blown away. I'm still blown away by what the PSP does. It's still an amazing system to me. And then I actually got the PSP like a week. It was like a week or two after the PSN got hacked or whatever. So that was a weird time to be rocking the PSP. And then like you can download PlayStation games. I had my first PlayStation game I had on the PSP was Soul Reaver, Legacy of Kain, and then during Christmas I got Final Fantasy VIII, which is one of my favorite games of all time. Another one of my favorites. So I know a lot of people like 7, but I didn't really care for 7 that much, honestly. I loved Crisis Core though. I like the story and the lore of 7, but I just don't really care for the game that much. I think that's why I like Crisis Core so much. You know? The remake looks cool and all, but it's only like Midgard, which is like disappointing. And that's just one thing I don't like about current gen games now is the games are like too big for the hardware. Like you have to, when you have a game, and I'm not even talking about digital, but if you have a disc of a game, some games are so big that you have to download more data onto your system to play it. Like, that's just I don't know. I going completely digital is a whole other story. People people are like, we need to go completely digital. That's just a bad idea. And I'm not against digital. I think digital's great. You know, especially for older games. Like, for example, Final Fantasy, like on on the PlayStation Network, you can play Final Fantasy 7, 8, and 9 for like $30. They're like $10 each. And it's a great, you know, great thing for that. But to go completely digital is a bad idea. And I'll tell you why. And so let's say that I want to play, like, in 20 years, if everything's all digital and someone wanted to play, you know, 20 years, someone wanted to play, you know, I like to take a look at let's say a current game series that's going now, which will be old in 20 years. So let's say someone goes, I want to go play Dark Souls, see what it's like, you know, play the old school classic, right? Well, if we go all digital, they're not going to be able to do that anymore. Especially when people try and shut down ROM sites that try to preserve old games. There's just no way you wouldn't be able to do it. But there will always be physical copies floating around somewhere, always. Like now, if I wanted to, I can go and play the original Legend of Zelda on a real NES with a real cartridge if I wanted to, because there's always gonna be one out there. So, you know, plus playing on real hardware is tops, you know. But if you have to download all of your games, you're not going to be able to do that in 20 years. So, that's just my opinion, though. And don't get me wrong, I have tons of games that I have downloaded and purchased, you know, from Nintendo eShop and PlayStation Network and all that, but well, that's just me. And one thing I do miss is manuals. I know that they have like manuals inside the game and like online manuals and all that, but I don't know. It's just kind of cool to have. You know, it's just part of the. Like, I know a lot of collectors, they want the whole set, like the case and the manual. It's kind of art in a way. It's part of the art, you know? How you have box art. Manuals, as strange as that sounds, part of the art aspect of a game, owning a game, so. I'm gonna concentrate more because I'm dropping health easily. Can't be doing that in the late game. Hopefully this video won't be too long because my capture card likes to split files, so every time I record I have like 2 or 3 files. And I don't have a really good video editor right now. I have this really crappy one, so Hopefully, I won't have to do that. Alright, let's do this thing. Did the older Zelda games have dodongos? I don't think so. Maybe? Link to the Past didn't have any. I think maybe the first Zelda did. This boss is easy. The first 3 bosses are easy. Well, a lot of the bosses in this game are easy. The only bosses I'm gonna struggle with this run are Vol Vagina and Bongo Bongo maybe. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Yeah, pound on them titties. Those pixelated Goron nipples. Why am I talking about Goron nipples? Wait, so if Goron are like rock people, right? Do they have hard nipples? Why am I even having this conversation? Well, you did more damage to me than King Dodongo did, so that's something. Two down, 1 to go. Well, I love how this game tells you how you think. You don't know me, you don't know my thoughts. Brains. Brains. They look like zombies right there. Alright, folks. I think that's gonna be it. This has been Kai Jelly. Thanks for watching.